Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm reviewing an item from Galen Leather. Surprise, surprise, another great item from Galen Leather. But this is truly a really great item. This is the Magnum Opus. This is the 6-pen version, and it is referred to as the Magnum Opus 6-slot hard pen case with removable pen tray in the Crazy Horse Smoky. So, going to have a look at this. I'm going to show parts, features, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to fill it with some pens and then show you a few different sorts of pens that work in there and then talk about some pros and cons. So, as you can see, it is the beautiful smoky grey leather, hard. It's a really sturdy case, and it's a 6-pen case. And basically this little flap goes over the front. There is also like a 12-pen version of this. Opens up and you see the 6 pens in the slot. Now this is a magnetic closure. Hear that? Nice and secure. Beautiful, well made, all that kind of stuff. Show you some of the stitching there. You can see it's all done pretty nicely. As with this hard sort of backing, you are having to do a little bit of extra work to actually get this to, operate and work and all of that kind of stuff. But it's beautifully done. The logo is nicely embossed on the back. Good stitching on the side. Once again, hard panels, all over to protect your pens. And then we get the tray itself. Now, here is the tray, and it is sort of velvet lined, as is the inside, I think, of the tray. And what I love about this is that it's hard, it's secure. Each pen is protected right down to the base, and because it is a removable tray, any size, well, to a degree, as you can see, this one kind of pushes it in terms of length, any size pen will kind of work in here. The dimensions for the pen capacity, if you will, it says it's 6 pens, and they can be 16 centimeters by just over 1.5 centimeters. So most pens are going to fit. I've got a little range of pens I'm just going to show in this today, and show sort of what fits and maybe what doesn't. I haven't actually tried a couple of them in here, so we'll be exploring this together. I have been using this with my everyday sort of carry of pens, and this is pretty similar to what that looks like. Lamy 2000, Lamy Safari, Pilot Custom 74, Pelican M200, a Sailor Pro Gear, and then the Jim Hines beautiful pen using the Mackenzie Penwork exclusive material. I think this is a really, really cool pen. I'll actually link to the review of this pen down below, because I think Heinz Pen Company should get way more attention because their pens are super high quality. The dimensions of the entire case are 14.5 centimeters by 16.5 centimeters. So you're not losing a whole lot of space there with that pen length. And by about 3.5 centimeters. And because it is a hard case, that is what you have. You can't overfill this. You can't squish it down. It is a hard case. That is what you have. But the hardness is actually what protects your pens and also makes a really lovely presentation kind of piece. This is available in a range of different colors in the Crazy Horse leathers. And I'm not sure, but I think potentially the sort of smooth leathers as well. But, something for every sort of taste. But it's a lovely presentation way of presenting your pens. If you're going to a pen show or a pen meet or something like that, and you want to take some nice pens and particularly expensive pens, this is a great way of doing it. Because firstly, you open up and your pens are there, beautifully presented. But traveling with them, traveling in a plane or whatever the case may be, super well protected. You put this in your carry-on or your checked luggage and be perfectly comfortable and safe with it. I should quickly say that the case without the pens, so just the internal tray and the leather case itself, weighs a little over 300 grams. It's like 306 grams. So it's not a super lightweight case, but once again, that all adds to the protection of the things within it. So yeah, let's try a few pens in here now. As I said, Sailor Pro Gear fits well. Heinz Pen Company tops out at the edge of the tray. Lamy 2000 fits beautifully, Safari fits well, Pilot Custom 74 fits really well, and of course the Pelikan M200, which is a smaller pen, fits nicely. But as what I like about this case is that smaller pens can fit in here as well, because this tray is removable. So looking at the Sean Design Pocket 6, it fits within the realms of it. It will move up and down in the tray as you move around, but it's not banging against anything. And then a slim pen like the Muji fits well as well. Let's try a couple of sort of everyday, but slightly larger pens. So we've got a Pelikan M800, fits beautifully. The Benu Talisman. This has got a bit of girth on the cap. So I often find this is a tighter fit in some pen cases, and we'll see when we go to put this tray back in if the clip gets in the way there. So we can move the Heinz pen and the Sailor there, and let's put in a couple of other good sized pens. We've got the Visconti Homo Sapiens, and then one of my recent favorite pens the last year or so, the Ryan Krusak L16. Okay, so putting this tray in there now, so you can see from big pens to small pens, not a problem at all. It fits beautifully. The magnetic closure is secure. It's really good. Let's try a couple of really solid size pens now, just to see if they fit. We've got the Jumbo Acrylic from Sapiens, which is pushing the length there certainly, and then a longer pen, the Venustus Magna CC, which once again pushes the length there. This is gonna, it does still close, but I can feel it closing against the top of those longer pens. So, you know, you've got a bit of wiggle room there in terms of the length capacity of the case, because as long as that magnet still engages, they're still protected, but you can sort of feel it pushing against there at the top. So as you can see, it fits a good range of pens, you know, slim pens, long pens, short pens, wide pens, whatever you want to use, clips, no clips, they all fit because it is not a universal size, but they've made it a size that is really, you know, appropriate for a good range of pens. Let's talk about some pros and cons now. I only have one con with this case because I think it does everything it's designed to do. My only con is removing the tray. So you might have seen I pinched it on the edge of one of those slots to remove it. It's not a particularly comfortable way to remove the tray. One thing that people have done to sort of mod this is they've put a little pull tab on the, you know, attached to the back of the tray that sort of comes out the top there that you can just pull, because trying to remove this tray using that is impossible. You've really got to pull it by one of the slots, which isn't ideal, because if you tip it up, of course, to remove the tray, your pens just come out. Now, you can use it with the tray in, easily removing and putting your pens, you know, back in, and that's how I have actually tended to use it. I don't take the tray out that much, but if you wanted to take the tray out, you know, to display your pens or to have them there ready, it's a little harder with this case. Between the pros and the cons here, we're going to talk about the price, because this falls into both categories. This retails in the US for $109. So the US price, it's not super high, particularly for a really hard, well-made case. If you look at some of those, particularly the Italian brands who do similar things, you'll get a 1-pen case for this price, or a 2-pen case. Galen Leather, who are based in Istanbul in Turkey, their pricing is really, really reasonable. And everything from their smaller cases to their bigger cases, comparatively priced, sit really well alongside other companies. And so they're affordable and they're high quality. The build quality on this is great, and the leather they use is great, and the designs are simple and effective. So it's great. So yeah, $109 US. Now that is roughly 140 Australian, 94 euro, or 79 pounds. So a fairly well-priced item in my opinion. Pros for this, well, obviously it protects your pens. I'm putting good weight on that. It is sturdy, it is well made. You know, it's all well sewn. The magnets are all really well positioned, and that little tray is well made, and it all fits beautifully and it's protective, and like, yes, your pens rattle around, but they're not banging against each other. They're only sort of like, you know, sort of moving around within those slots. And if you wanted to, you could easily like pad that out, you know, to protect them if you're flying or something like that, and the case itself will give the stability to that. I really like the fact that they've used a magnetic cover. There's no straps or buckles or little tabs or anything. It's neat, it's clean, but it's super, super effective. I've never had this come open in my bag or anything like that. I really like the tray size. I think the size they've given us for the pens is really good. As you can see, I've put some pretty decent sized pens in here at the moment. Like the L16 is a big pen. You can see that alongside the Visconti Homo Sapiens oversized, which is not a small pen. It fits everything. Like the Parker 51, this is an original Parker 51, not one of those horrible remade ones. You know, everything fits nicely. Even as I said, the Bennu, which has a fairly decent girth on the cap there, fits in that case, and there's a little bit of flexibility to it in terms of, as I said, the length. So it's a really, really good size. So I think this is a really, really fantastic case. I think it's well made, it's well designed, it does everything it's supposed to do. The only thing is it could have a little pull tab or something like that to help remove the pen tray if that is what you want to do. So thank you for watching. I hope you found this video about the Galen Leather Magnum Opus to be interesting, useful, helpful, all of that kind of stuff. If you did, please like and subscribe, hit the notifications button. You can contact me on Instagram or Twitter or via my email listed below. If you would like to support the channel by sponsoring a review or providing an item for review, please get in touch. I'd love to talk to you about what we can do. If you've got questions, comments, drop them in, you know, the comments of this video or any other. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your pens and all your related accessories. A big, big thank you to Galen for sending this product out for review. Really love it. I think it's fabulous. Check them out. In the meantime, I'll talk to you later.